What time is it?
It's early evening. 5, 6 o'clock.
Maybe we,
Might be good to go now, because starts
darkness
to fall.
has been our friend.
Yes.
Manny smiles.
Nothing scarier than a bunch of people in the dark.
We bringing the crab or we're not?
Well, I guess, Malbut, where does this spider hang out? And are we just going to town, or are we just going to seek this man?
We got a lot of things to sell.
Yes, but what if, do you think it's all burned down?
It may be quite dangerous there.
We would want the crab at that point.
Probably
Or at least I would.
want the crab, yes.
It would bring a lot of attention, says Zephyros.
Right.
We could bring the crab to the hut, leave it in the hut, and then we could get it if we need it.
That sounds unsecure.
Yes, I would agree.
Oh, you're worried somebody will drive off with it?
Do something with it.
Walk off with it?
Dismantle, destroy.
Malbut will take good care of it while you're here.
Ding.
Spit shine and everything. Only if you sign this contract, however.
Only if it's gonna be spider free.
Yes, of course.
Alright, I'm back.
So you're all cured from your spider fights?
He's blinking hard.
Yes, of course. No
Good.
more spiders. No more spiders.
He gets up because he's scratching and he's looking at the cushions and he's gotten up and moving around. Tech just looks at the chair and then looks back at him and seems confused.
Not promising. Well then, I guess we could leave the crab behind for this one.
Which door should we go through? Says Zephyros. He's picking up the big ass door that he carries, and Makernam slides onto his shoulder.
We should probably try the door to my apartment. Start there. Gives us a bit of a nondescript entrance, hopefully.
I didn't think he was going to care that much.
All right. Manny gets up, grabs his staff that was near the door,
Well,
nudges Ludo as he goes by.
let's head out as he finishes his whatever swirl he had.
Nudges Ludo towards the door.
Hold on. I'll ask drop out of my glass or whatever we were doing. Okay.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Tech.
Udo's going to try and recreate
I
his
feel
beautiful
normal.
dance. That he,
How do you feel, Queen?
I feel quite well. Quite well indeed.
This spurns Tech to asking how everyone is feeling. Yeah, fine, Tech.
what in the hell
He's
is
back to a relatively normal level.
How are you feeling?
frustrated? I miss old Tech.
How are you feeling?
I'll feel better when the spider is dead.
How are you feeling? Helps the old man.
I'll respond in Thracrian. Quite chitinous.
You do not look chitinous.
You do not look. Just stare blankly at him.
Are you weak?
No, I only look that way to fool my prey.
Good. Tech slowly gives you a click and a clack that means acknowledged. You do feel him looking at you like appraisingly. He is not ready to be slaughtered for meat.
No, not quite.
He goes back to join Manny's side. All right, pull up the key already.
Is everyone okay?
Yes.
Good. He's going to produce his wand.
Yep. The power of the key compels you.
I will give the Everbark wand back to the professor to store.
Oh, thank you.
Because I want it in an extra dimensional space pretty much at all times.
You are able to go back to the hut. Give me a percentile roll. Not actually a percentile roll. Give me a second.
Shouldn't.
It is a D76.
I don't want to do it.
He doesn't want to do it. Luke, I will do the D76, please. I'm looking for 1s, 2s, and 3s.
28.
Thank God.
That will count. The countdown continues. All right, you were able to all pile into the hut. You close the door. Which door are you thinking of?
Oh, we don't have anything that would be good cat food that we could have brought along, do we?
Sure.
Let's bring some along and feed it to Vladimir.
Okay. Immediately popping out of her ink form and saying hello to Vladimir is Shelsa.
I'll give them both some foods.
Okay. They eat at the food. Shelsa and Vladimir meow at each other a little bit, and then Shelsa hops back into Ludo before Ludo disappears. Vladimir just sits up on the bed watching all of you with his mist-colored eyes.
Bye, Vladimir. Where should we start our journey? Is there a safe place? That bar we entered once? I know we...
My apartment. Let's start there.
Yes.
I think yes.
Very
Okay.
smart.
Going out into the hallway or going into the apartment?
Going into the apartment.
I'm gonna picture walking into the shitty attic apartment.
Yep. Okay. No problem. Oh, the blue light, and holy shit, look at all the urchins that are up here. There's gotta be, well, I don't know, a dozen children now living in
Oh my
in the
God.
professor's apartment. There's garbage strewn everywhere. There's like mattresses where they're sleeping. Baskets, and they're all scattering, standing amidst the frightened youth of the slough. The forgotten children is Fernie. She's just sort of sitting there. She's got something behind her back, and she's looking quite guilty.
What's going on in here? Where are all these people in my apartment?
It's warm. It's stinky. I didn't think you were coming back.
What do you mean? I live here.
On account of the riots?
Oh, riots?
Tell us about the riots.
Oh,
I'm
it's
so
awful.
curious.
And then all of you start piling through, and
The kids are... you notice them... Normally your windows are openable. You notice that there are a couple of poorly nailed boards that are across the windows. Like, none of them were carpenters, but they were trying to board up the windows from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
a couple of the children actually
Slipped out onto your balcony.
one of them tried to move into the blue of the hut, like trying to get by you, thinking it was the hallway probably, and then he just picks that little urchin up and sets him down.
Fernie, let me find Fernie's miniature here.
He was going to casually waltz in while lighting his tobacco pipe, and we should have brought the crab.
Let me find Fernie's token. I saw her earlier. Here. Okay. There's the lot of you. I think I'm missing the Hand of the Apprentice and Ludo's familiar.
Okay, they all seem taken back, and a lot of them kind of run to the corners of the room as opposed to towards the
balcony. They're kind of caught there by your magical arrival.
Fernie is standing firm and
Kind of standing her ground. She's got something hidden behind her back though, and she's got a really guilty looking face, probably for the mess.
I'm sorry. It's ever since the riots we had to go find a good place to hide.
Oh, in all of these ruffians paying rent?
No, but if you want, we can go and loot.
Lots of people are taken to looting.
I'll edge around behind Fernie and try and figure out what she's got.
Okay, she's got a, give me a knowledge nobility.
Oh,
She's been looting.
this is just going to be my normal. 1d20 plus 8. 9. I have no clue. Don't
Okay,
care.
it looks like a scroll tube.
What's that behind your back?
Oh, I was getting to that.
Yes, well, let's see it.
It's dangerous out there. There's thugs and rioting and looting and people burning this place down. We figured safety in numbers.
Yes, well, what's going on out there?
Well, ain't you heard?
I've been traveling for business.
Well, it's the end times for show.
Oh, that's good.
The king is dead, I've heard.
Yeah, that too.
And the queen sits upon the throne?
Yeah, the stupid
And
wall queen.
not
No,
a son.
she's beautiful. And some of the other the street children are having a fight amongst themselves about it.
Quiet over there. Grown folks is talking.
Okay, they look very frightened, if not for just the bewildering.
Looks that your party comprised of. They do. One kid notices
The cat kind of peek out of Ludo because it's now a tattoo that moves around in his body, and the fairy thing. Like there's all sorts of magical stuff. Mockernum talking.
this arrived here a while back.
Oh, let's see it.
I kept it for safekeepings.
Thank you. Is
It's a scroll tube. Give me a knowledge nobility.
Can Zephyros help?
Zephyros
Try not to step on children.
Okay. It's okay. 21.
It has the sovereign seal on it. The
seal has been broken.
I see that you opened it for me already. Thank you.
She kind of stares down in a
Very practiced look of sorry.
I'll open it up and see what it has to say.
There is a short letter inside, a suspicious amount of space inside the scroll tube for the short letter, and the short letter reads, and I can paste it for you if you want. Oh, you can write it in your little cahier. Dans ta livre, I think.
It says,
to Malbut and his contractees, including Professor Chalmers, Tusker Zephyros, and Witchfey Fereosae. Whoops. By the Sovereign Queen's command,
you are summarily ordered to report to Her Majesty's palace and present
this seal to the captain of the guard for your
just reward in recovering her lost jewelry.
yours truly, Book Rebek of many hands.
Oh, delightful! Of course. Good.
Lost jewelry? I don't remember recovering any lost jewelry.
Oh, I do.
Yes?
Yes.
There ain't no jewelry inside, she says.
Yes, it looks like there was something inside, though. What else was in there? Come on now.
If it was just some money, you can keep it. A wad of bills, I'm sure. Paper.
Well, we said we had to eat.
You hadn't been back in some time, and I had a few more mouths to feed.
Yes, and you haven't been charging them rent, from what I've heard.
So I sold it.
What was it?
It was some royal-looking stick kind of thing. Yeah, it was shiny. It had a sigil on it, and they begin to describe something that is called a royal seal that would
Get us to the queen, yes.
get you to the queen.
And who did you sell it to?
They have an argument and eventually tell you they think they sold it
To the merchant, and there's something wrong.
about their story.
Well, you're going to need to get it back, or we're going to have to, I don't know, threaten you or something. What do children listen to?
They seem unsure of the professor.
I will cast awe on myself
and become the imposing image of
God.
parental fatherhood here.
Awesome.
And I will impress upon these children while quick drawing the enhanced diplomacy wand, burning one of my last 2 charges. You will all work together to recover this seal, or else I will take it out upon your hides. Do you hear me? Look at that! I have an undead hand who follows me.
A bunch of children screaming. Manny's just standing to the door, so they can't open the door to leave. Children
I'll
are
just
screaming.
look on impressed.
They quickly fess up that they sold it to a merchant, but then they saw the merchant getting robbed.
Well, you will find those that rob this merchant, and you will steal it back. Are you street ruffian thieves or not?
Please, because they're now begging Zephyros, and Zephyros is kind of snorted awake almost at this. It was a big fan. It was a big fan in armor, just like your fan. But in more armor, it was Trogax.
He should be easy to steal from, then. He's quite large.
He's gonna eat us. Fans don't eat people.
And anyway, there's many of you. He can eat a few, get full, and you can steal the rest.
We can't mess with Trogax. He's part of the gangs.
You should have thought of that before you sold it.
I saw Trogax sell it to the Snake Man,
Well, then you can rob the Snake Man.
who lives across the street, where the elephant used to live.
Oh, interesting. And how do you feel about that, Zephyros?
I told him not to return, Zephyros says.
We should probably pay him a visit.
Sounds fun.
I will sigh deeply.
You could look out the window and see Zephyros' house.
Yeah, I guess we could look out and see. Does it look like the Snake Man lives across the street now?
So you kind of pull down a few boards. And, the slough is full of garbage. It looks like the people are barricaded in their homes. Garbage and a few less savory things litter the streets.
Nearby, a building or here and there seem to have been damaged or even succumbed to fire. There is a group of
4 armed-looking men. Looks like they're standing around laughing around a 5th man that has been beaten to the cobbles, right at the intersection of the street.
You do not see any lights on in
Zephyros' master's house.
Well, there goes the neighborhood.
So sad. But from this can spring some trees and life. We'll have a true autumn here one day.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. You can see that the sounds of the slough are a little bit different. Both of you have been residents here for quite some time, Professor and Fereosae, and it just sounds different. The odd call in the night. Not a lot of foot traffic, despite the fact that there's still light. You can see visibly that some of the homes that have survived any damage have been boarded up, or at least kind of like hastily fortified.
another house across the street looks like is now vacant.
Its front door kicked open.
No guards around.
You don't see any guards, just these
4 thugs. You don't recognize them. Zephyros kind of goes to the edge of the window and looks out. I notice that the guards from my house are no longer there.
Yes, they must have been pulled back after your master's passing. Other things to defend.
All of your master's wealth was already taken away, though, into the vault, was it not?
Zephyros nods.
Well, shall we go across the street and see about recovering this seal?
We did the best we could.
I don't believe that for one moment.
They're all huddling together.
You did something.
I was going to give you your stipend for the month, but I can see that you have acquired other means for paying for the residence. And
We delivered your message. That's gotta be worth something.
yes, it's worth me not giving you all a good tanning for selling my property.
Okay, they stop pushing the issue.
Well, shall we go across the street and see about this lizard man? I have a suspicion I know who he is.
I think we may want to go quietly and not just bang on the front door.
Ah, yes, I suppose that would be best. Any ideas how we may accomplish that?
Well, how many of us can fly over? I'll
2.
raise my hand.
Exactly 2. Perhaps Tech could jump across to the other roof.
Well, Tech could jump to the roof, no problem. Yes, certainly. The Zephyros can fly.
I can levitate now. I think I got a sniffer in here that'll do that.
Could crawl up to a second-story window in the back, something like that. Let's have Pixel scout it out and see if she can figure out where there are creatures stirring.
I'll cast Invisible Familiar on the hand.
Okay.
As you guys are
Looking across the street to the Iron Pine residence. The Goathorn Smithy beside it seems to also be quiet. This is the place that has the strange goat guy
Zephyros
that hates
would love
Zephyros.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Zephyros's eyes just narrow as he's staring across the street in the dim light.
I'll send Pixel over to stealthily just peek in windows and see if she can figure out which rooms have people, if there are any rooms that don't have people in them, and how many people there are.
All right, Pixel flutters across the street and disappears for a bit. Eventually, the 4 guys at the crossroads, just like 100 feet away, kind of went off in some direction, leaving the man that looks like they may have beat lying upon the cobbles.
What kind of man does he seem to be?
It's hard to tell from here.
Nobody we know.
Doesn't look like it. Pixel comes back.
I didn't see anyone in there.
Interesting.
It's all dark.
All right.
I think the goat man is all kind of barricaded up in his forge.
You,
I suppose that makes
street
sense.
urchins, find where this lizard man is and report back to us.
He's in the house!
He's not in the house, we just checked.
It's going to be dark soon, sir.
You should have thought of that earlier, I think.
Okay, they're kind of complaining and shuffling their feet. Some of them are 11 years old, some of them are as young as maybe 5 or 6. The 11-year-olds leave, the 5 or 6-year-olds stay.
The rest of you, is there any tea left in this house?
Okay, Fernie turns around and serves tea rather than go towards the snake man. It's almost any excuse.
Shall we at least set up camp in the Pine residence and see if this snake man is going to come back?
Yes, that's an idea, or we could go see about finding that spider fellow.
Oh, I could spy on the place.
That's true.
True. You know it well too, don't you?
I do not want to leave him alone, says Zephyros.
Well, Zephyros, feel free to pop over and keep an eye out. The rest of us, shall we go look for the spider fellow?
You may need
Perhaps
my spells against the spider, though.
That's also true.
Oh, which would you want me to do? When
You could ask
hear-
the man in the street. Perhaps he knows where the spider is. Perhaps those were the spider's men that beat him.
Yes, or pop down to the cantina. I'm sure our old friend there will know.
Oh, yeah, lots of people gone down to Cantina. You gotta give something to get in now. Nothing's for free.
You there? What do you know about Spider? Where is he in residence these days?
Spider? And
The children seem to be very frightened of Spider.
perhaps the ones that were more knowledgeable are the ones now out in the hallway or the stairwell, kind of lingering around and trying to build up some courage to go across the street to where the Snake Man is.
I pop my head out. Any of you know where Spider lives?
Oh yeah, Spider. He's no. They start telling fanciful tales how he's spinning a web somewhere.
Shut the door in their faces. Don't you have work to be doing?
They kind of shuffle out of view, but you can hear them underneath the stairs. You scare them along, but they're also afraid of what's outside.
The fucking
Yep.
Mad Max world at night.
Do you think those children are going to bring back your thing?
I don't think they're even going to go outside, to be honest.
Do you want to get your thing back?
Oh, of course, it seems we'll need it. Well, I don't know that much will be learned from up here. Shall we go into the streets and see if we can find this spider fellow?
The cantina.
Yes, I'm sure someone will know him there.
Let's check out the house across the way first, at least.
Sounds good, sounds good.
Okay, so you leave the Moorsvine residence, heading towards the Iron Pine residence, right across the street.
Aye, who goes there?
This is from the street corner.
Who goes there yourself?
Aye, oh, there's lots of them. Look at them all. They were gonna approach, but the four of them did some counting as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you. One of you is a Fant. They've paused. Pretty brave of you being out so late.
Yes, we're the strongest gang in town. Now, what gang are you? Ruffians?
What gang? Who the fuck does he? Do you know where you are, old man?
Last I checked, I was in the slough.
The four of them are just waiting. They're sitting there watching where you guys are headed.
I say again, what gang are you all belong to? Spider's gang?
They kind of look at each other.
From afar.
They're about
60 feet away when they stopped. Tech is now pulling out both of his.
his blades. Manny's loading his thing. All right.
You should say who you are.
Oh, should I?
No, they should say who they are.
Yes, who are you?
Who, me? Oh, I thought. We are very organized.
We're the Free Knives.
The three knives.
The three knives.
Ooh.
Not very good at counting, are you?
We said
knives?
3, not 3, you don't.
Maybe try again. Little less than 5.
Learn goddamn common.
Free, as in not bound.
I'm just having a little bit of fun with them, Fereosae.
Ah, yes, let's go ahead and sneak up on something else now. As we make a giant fucking commotion in the middle of the street.
Yep.
I'm gonna-
Zephyros just turns when he sees that it's just a bunch of people yelling at each other.
I'll send Pixel over to the house to keep an eye on it and see if she gets any movement.
Inside of the Iron Pine residence, yeah?
Yeah. Hang out near a window, listen for movement.
Zephyros
Takes a big iron key and
opens the door. You do notice that somebody might have hacked at the door a little bit.
half-heartedly tried to get in.
The large size door for the Fant seems to be also be thick and maybe saved this place from being ransacked. Although Zephyros isn't convinced that much was in here. When you do open the door, however, it does look like furniture has been tipped over, like somebody has tossed the place.
You've been tossed.
May as well look around for the seal while we're in here. Perhaps we'll get lucky.
Yeah, you begin to search. It is a 2-floor building with a basement, like a cellar. Are you guys searching all together? Are you splitting up to cover more ground?
I think
I think we should search all together.
Yeah, I think we'll
Okay.
search all together. Probably bickering somewhat in our fashion. I'll make inane comments about things. I assume Fereosae will make sarcastic, underhanded comments that I won't quite realize are biting towards me. It will befuddle Zephyros.
What are Shelsa, Crawling Hand, and Pixel doing? Are they all loose or?
I'm gonna let.
Okay. She looks
Pixels
up-
is with
she looks
me.
up at you.
We're gonna sort of take the rear.
Go explore.
Okay.
I'll go up
She's
front. I'll summon
Be
an
safe.
unseen servant. The crawling hand will probably alternate between my shoulder, skitter, and investigate. Maybe sometimes crawl into my pouch.
Yep. You find Pixel at one of the windows and let her in.
I didn't see anything.
I need perception checks from all of you. Familiars are aiding their masters unless you sent your familiars off on their own.
Which it sounds like Shelsa went off on her own.
When a familiar aids their master, is that already? Yeah, okay, it's already calculated.
No, they
Give you alertness. They can aid on top of that.
So, do I have to roll for their aid, or is it automatic?
If they hit a DC 10 automatically, then you don't have to roll.
No, they don't.
23.
26.
okay, and then Shelsa on her own.
23 as well for the El Professore.
Yeah, the group of you does look like
Is there?
some men with boots tracked some dirt into here. There does look like a different set of paws or claws, footprints.
Does Tech do some of his tracking?
The cat comes back and is complaining. Do you have the ability to speak with your familiar?
He should. We're at level 5. The familiar should get it. Tech, I think, is
Speak
gonna.
with master. Hello.
Yeah?
I smell something bad.
Bad. Like poop or
Not poop.
people?
I'm going to cast heightened awareness on myself.
It is
That'll
a
last
city.
for almost an
but-
hour.
There are a couple rooms where I really smell musky.
Musky. An
Um,
animal or a
yeah, like a snake, reptile.
snake? Perfect.
Very. It's over this way.
Tech will start looking at the footprints and get 27 on tracking.
Yeah, and he starts walking almost like he's doing a perimeter search, but a more erratic one, as it looks like he's following a particular set of reptilian tracks throughout the manor. And of course, they've gone into many rooms many times. It's kind of, you get the sense of like, yeah, he's tracking someone in Villa Malabella after they've been there for a long time. So he's kind of doubling back and seems really confused.
I'll cast Mage Armor on myself.
Shelsa
I'll do the
ends
same.
up kind of saying, the smell is worse at this end.
I'm gonna relay this to everybody. It seems Shelsa's smelling an animal or a reptile over here more heavily than other places.
Well, let's go have a look.
On guard. Blue's gonna ready his
Yep.
tongue.
Give me just a moment.
Okay.
I'm going to cast See Invisibility on myself.
The smell, Zephyros is saying, that room is my master's study.
Well, it seems it's a snake den now, unfortunately.
Your eyes just narrow at you.
hit the the tightening
grip on his staff. You could hear the wood string.
I know you didn't like this fellow before. I think it's the same gentleman we encountered before.
I'm going to draw a little bit of a room on this map.
Sorry about that.
It's a Fant hallway, so I'm going to make it wide. Okay, so there's an end of hallway. We'll say that at the end of the hallway there is a study / snake den.
Den o' snakes.
The door is slightly ajar, and Shelsa had come from it. She's telling Ludo there's lots of books. Everything looks messy, looks fun in there.
Seems there's been a mess.
Pixel will turn off her light and hide.
Okay. She says there's a potted plant that didn't get enough sun. The leaves are all crinkly. There are bookshelves to the right and a big table, a big strong table to the left. And she said she smelled the snake everywhere.
Shall we go in, see if we can find the seal?
Yes.
Okay, so there's you guys
in the hallway and the room that she's describing.
I feel like Zephyros would probably want to do the honors in this case because he's kind of pissed.
Yep, Zephyros is going to cast what spells?
Mage armor, shield,
A mage armor and a shield?
mirror image. Those sound like the ones he normally does.
Okay.
Mage armor, shield,
Mirror image.
he's going in all half cocked.
Yes. That is in character, I believe. Approximately in character.
Okay, his trunk moves forward and kind of pushes one of the doors open,
And
he looks in, and then
he trundles all the way in. Mocronum slides off his shoulder, turns into a potted
plant right beside the potted plant, with indeed is kind of like a non-watered
kind of a tropical plant, something indoor that's all yellow.
Pixel flies up to the top of a bookshelf,
Yep.
still hiding.
Yep, the books.
Somebody did not have respect for this library because
There are piles and piles of books all over the floor. Some of them have been
stacked up on here. It looks like somebody has hacked at the walls a little bit,
hacked at the bookshelf. Zephyros looks around.
Fereosae steps in and looks around, and she's going to hang out by the door right here.
Manny's moving up, or is Ludo moving in, or?
Ludo's going to pop his vanishing trick and move forward.
Okay. Right. So Ludo stumbles into the room. Fereosae.
I need a perception check just from Fereosae. You can get the familiar bonus, but you can't get her to help you.
Okay. $22.
Okay, Fereosae, you notice that behind the plant, kind of drooping down along it, is a strange rope that is shimmering.
I'll say, shh.
It's about
6 feet in length and runs to the ceiling.
and the old kind of dried out palm tree is kind of disguising the rope slightly.
I'll tap Zephyros and point at the corner and make sort of a like a pole motion here with a little circle at the top.
He's looking at you. He doesn't know what you're saying.
I will cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. So before Fereosae turned invisible, you could see her pointing up at the plant.
And then I will walk over to the plant.
Okay.
And I'll reach out and touch the rope.
Okay, the rope is about half as thick as
Hemp rope. It is silk. It is nice. There is
some strange silvery tracery that is woven into the fiber of the rope. The rope itself looks magical.
Interesting.
And the rope, you kind of follow it up to through the trees. Disappears. Wow, that's a weird optical trick. Disappears into. It is anchored in thin air, 6 feet off of the ceiling.
Fascinating, yes. Okay.
It's a skyhook.
Yep. What am I going to do then? I think I will... Is there anyone... can I see into it at all? Can I see anything above the rope?
Nope.
Because I don't think I've seen this particular thing before. Can I take a leaf off the tree?
Yeah, they're big, kind of like
I forget what the. Help me out, Luke. It's like a palm tree almost, right? Like a palm tree leaf.
All right, I'll take a frond. I'll pop a frond off and make a little twist in the rope and put the frond through it.
Okay, the rope, you kind of rustle through it and you kind of tie the rope around
One of the fronds.
Yeah.
You guys can't. You can see that Fereosae is manipulating something, but you can't actually see it. Simple miming. She's playing with a rope that is not there.
Well, I'm invisible now.
Okay.
So they can't see anything, but
that's
they might be able to see the leaf pops off, and then the leaf is now hanging in thin air.
Yes.
I will, ever the curious one, walk over to what it seems.
Yeah. I'll walk back to here and whisper.
Oh.
There's a magic rope.
Oh, invisible?
Yes.
I've always wanted to try this.
I'll walk up to the rope, which is invisible. I will wrap it around my neck and attempt to make the rope take a hostile action against me.
How?
By choking myself with it.
Okay, you find an invisible rope. You're like, it's real. You tie it around your neck, and are you actually hurting yourself?
I'll do one non-lethal to myself if I can.
Okay, give me a strength check. Or a CMB. Actually, tying is a CMB check.
20. I got a nat 20. Oh, 21.
21? Okay, yeah, you've successfully tied the rope around your neck.
Does it turn visible?
No. You take 1 point of damage to yourself. You can make it non-lethal if you want.
I will untie it from my neck.
Okay, while you're busy untying the rope from your neck, Makronam's kind of grown a few little feet and scurried underneath the table.
Well, that didn't work. I thought for sure it would too.
Oh, because invisible creatures turn visible when...
They take
No, that did not make the rope turn visible.
Smart, it's sort of smart, I guess.
Well, science is all about testing hypotheses, you see. And
Okay, it's been about 5 rounds, so Vanish is now gone.
When?
The vanish is gone. The invisibility.
No,
Minutes per level.
Invisibility's good.
Rounds.
Okay.
Yep. So Ludo,
I'm back.
Yep.
I'll nudge the hand and say, "Go take a peek up there." Yeah, go see what you can find out. Be quick about it. Don't get seen.
Now he's got a climb skill,
I hope so.
or does he actually have climb? I think he has climb speed.
Who does he have?
His movement rate, the hand of Vicky Macer, is 40 climb. Yeah, he fucking masterfully feels around for it, finds the rope, and scurries up into the rope. Give me a stealth check.
Plus 20 because he's invisible.
Yes.
44.
Okay, you feel your connection to your familiar disappear, and then it quickly re-establishes itself, and you get the sense from a couple of falling leaves that it's climbing back down the tree/rope, and it scurries right back towards you.
How does it feel?
Can you see your familiar?
No, it's invisible.
Okay, it's excited.
I will hold it and do some sort of Helen Keller attempt to talk with it.
Okay, so you put your hand over top of it because it's invisible, and it's starting to make sign language while you can
Understand it if you're gonna do it this way.
I'm gonna quickly get frustrated and
it says, weird place up there, lots of books, sleeping snake guy.
Hey, the snake guy's up there sleeping. Shall we pop in, rough him up a bit?
Wouldn't hurt. Us.
Oh, capital! I think
All of your commotion and all of your fiddling around must have not woken him up.
Shall we?
Let's get to stabbing.
You think you could sneak up there and stab him before he wakes up?
I can't even see the rope. I wait blindly.
Are you going towards it?
No.
Okay.
I'm just standing in place. I don't want to trigger anything.
Come now, let's not wait around for him to wake up and come down here.
Well,
I could boost you up.
maybe safer. I'm gonna hop onto Manny's shoulders.
Okay. Manny will roll an acrobatics check, as I guess you also need to make an acrobatics check. He will aid you in the acrobatics check. He automatically does it.
I put a giant-sized trench coat over them.
Which does what? Oh, wait, right.
Yeah. Makes them look like two things in a giant trench coat. Yeah,
Master Blaster.
yeah, totally.
18.
Okay.
Oh, without Manny's aid.
Okay, 20, yeah, no problem. So you're on his shoulders. Chelsa's kind of like half hanging out of you, and she's your tattoo familiar, and she's playing around with it. Eventually, you can see her paw hit something, and like digs into something that you can't see.
I'm going
Pulling
to
it
have
towards
her
you.
smack.
Okay, you get a hold of it. Yeah, there is a rope here. You can't see the rope.
I think I found the rope.
She disappears back inside of you.
Thank you. I'm gonna climb.
I'm gonna move over as well.
Okay.
And I'm going to stealth and follow Ludo up.
Yeah, I'll vanish and follow him up too.
All right, I think at this point in time it's rolling initiative.
Oh, my stealth is not good.
Because waking up
An angry wizard. That's risky.
We're all stealthing up though.
Very
27.
poorly, but sure.
What was yours? Well, weren't you invisible?
Oh yeah, I'm invisible, that's true. So, 32.
27 for me.
Okay, first one up there was Ludo, though. I need his stealth.
3. Jesus Christ. 38.
Nice. Okay, Ludo, you were able to climb up just the short bit of rope using the tree a little bit. You struggle up. Yeah, there's a bunch of books. There's this weird bright white space, and a bunch of books, obviously from the library, and a bag of wizard things, and like a little brazier that is glowing low for light, probably magical light, covered with a couple of the books. And sleeping in almost like a coil is a humanoid man with the head of a snake. His eyes are milky white and the eyelids are half closed, but it's definitely got the rise and fall of a sleeping form. It is lying down. You notice that it's got a couple of wands at its belt and a dagger, and it doesn't look like it's got a care in the world.
Is it that asshole we saw before?
So you're 36.
He can't make. Sleeping, he gets. Okay, he gets a. Let's just roll it. 20 plus 7 minus 5 for being asleep.
Wow.
Oh god. Okay, you feel Fereosae brush by you, and her wings brush by, and she lands very softly beside you. What was your stealth check, Matt?
With the invisibility, 32.
Okay, without?
12.
12? Okay.
So Fereosae made a bit of noise when her wings when she fluttered in here might have hit the side of the kind of went like a little. And then Professor was the third one trying to sneak up there.
27.
Okay. You can smell the professor.
Hey.
Yep.
That incontinent thing.
No, just the professor's cologne as he's coming up as
We
well.
both know I don't wear cologne.
Okay.
It's just musk. It's a natural musk.
All right. Yes, you see the creature that threatened Zephyros the last time.
He was here inquiring after Zephyros' master.
Can I attempt to steal the wands off his belt?
You can?
Is that a real thing?
Yes. So Ludo is going to move forward and make a sleight of hand check. Sounds like 2 sleight of hand checks. What are the rest of you doing?
I will quick draw the, what is this thing called? Buckholm's wand, and I will silently cast Major Image while invisible. I will. What are snakes afraid of?
Spiders?
Okay. It stirs a little bit, but
I got a 31 and a 30.
there's 1 wand and 2 wands. You got both wands in one of your hands while you quick draw a wand.
And silently cast Major Image.
Okay. What's the major image of?
It's gonna be some large hulking beast that eats snakes. Maybe like a giant.
Necro snake.
I think a giant, like, I think it's gonna be a griffin. Some sort of bird mouth thing would eat snakes.
This is a major image. Do major images create thermal and
They can, yes.
is this one?
For the moment, it's just gonna wait silently. There's going to be a sign on its back that says Ludo, Fereosae, just so you know, this isn't real. Please don't freak out. Signed.
Hell of a sign.
Illusions aren't quite as perfect as that. So a giant griffin appears.
Can I say what was your action?
I think that the Evil Eye Hex has no verbal components.
Interesting. Okay, so he has to make a saving throw.
How many Evil Eye saves?
5 foot step away from this hole. Or just move into this corner.
Does a 15 make it?
It does not.
Okay, so he is -2 on his saves, correct?
-2 on his saves for like 11 rounds?
All right, he is stirring because of this. Ludo, you need to make a griffin appears. What are you doing?
There's a symbol on his back. The professor's symbol is on its back. You recognize.
In the middle of my drumstick, like victory.
It's like 9 rounds. Okay.
Okay.
I'm stealth pretty hard. Well, I don't know how well griffins can.
Jock's soul is stirring at this point. I think initiative for the next actions need to be done.
I rolled initiative a little earlier when you
Yep.
suggested it was going to be necessary.
Yep. You just keep that roll, it'll be fine.
Yep.
Professor, what'd you get?
11.
$11 on the roll,
Mhm.
the D20 roll.
Yes.
Ludo?
7 on the D20, and Manny got a 15 on the 20.
I think it's just the four of you up here.
Oh,
The rest of them.
Manny's not up there, huh?
For the moment, I think they would.
Yeah.
Can you hear through the
No.
extra dimensional space? No.
And Joxel, who's stirring after failing a saving throw. $18. All right. Well, his eyes snap open. He hisses when he sees the insanity of what's happening in the room.
The griffin will bellow into his face the moment he wakes up.
He's reaching for his wands. His wands aren't there. Ludo's standing there, kind of hiding behind a small stack of books. He still hasn't seen Ludo yet.
Thank God.
Although there's not a lot of stuff to hide behind here. Joxel does a stupid thing and stands from prone. He wakes up and stands from prone. 5 foot stepping back into the corner. He will get a perception check. Ludo, what was your stealth?
38.
What was your stealth after you grabbed the wands? Did you stealth again, or are you just standing there with the wands in your
I
hand?
must just be standing there.
Okay, so you were doing the twiddle with the
Yeah,
wands.
like,
So he actually sees you with the wands, hisses at you, but then seems really concerned about the griffin. I think he's going to 5 foot step back, kind of this way. He's
I'm
like,
probably visible too because the hex is an aggressive action.
Yep.
What is this? What is this, Ludo?
Ludo is going to. Now that I have his wands, I'm going to do like a tuck and roll to the hole, hopefully, and fall down it.
Give me an acrobatics check, and you're just gonna go.
And even if it's a sloppy roll, do
Yep.
it sideways, like rolling thing.
You roll out, and then you're trying to catch yourself on the rope and the plant.
If I
give me
don't,
an
it'll be
acrobatics
okay. I'm
Yep.
willing to take that. God damn it. Sorry. Oops, that's a 7.
I think it's still.
So 19.
Yeah.
24.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to kind of half climb, half fall down into the pit, and you hop all the way down. What's going on up there? Says Manny.
He's up!
The keening of the griffin. Professor, what are you doing?
I
You and
will
the griffin.
hand over control of the illusion to the hand. It will move up and